All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Real quick, just set this up. Yeah, so basically, this is just gonna be a video. All right, really for quote unquote beginners. Okay, for people who are fresh incoming. All right, and this is just gonna be like a tip, okay, on how to stay on the right path, okay, because I myself, I'm a young brother, okay, but there's certain things that even with the little experience that I have, certain things I picked up and certain things that I learned, and so are beneficial and they can help you, okay, in staying on the right path, man. And as you can see, I put it in the title, okay. Now for people coming in, especially at this time when we're very, very close to all hell breaking loose, you gotta know the name of the Lord, all right, and you gotta know his the Lord's Prayer. Okay, these are very important things, man, because believe it or not, there's people out there that don't know how to pray. Okay, and that's not to shame anybody, and that's not to make anybody feel a type of way, but that's just true, because this world disconnects you from the Lord. It disconnects you from prayer. It disconnects you from the things that the scriptures require of us. Okay, so when you're coming back to that, as the scriptures say, all right, you're not being conformed to this world, but you're renewing your mind. Okay, you have to come back, and you got to know the Lord's name first and foremost, man. Okay, if you're somebody who's sincerely watching these videos, okay, and you're sincerely trying to learn, Jesus Christ and God ain't gonna cut it. Okay, you have to use the name of Yahweh and his son Yahushai. All right, you hear us use it. All of us use it in the intros of our video when we give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, which that means Yahweh, the name of the Heavenly Father, Bahashem, in the name, all right, of Yahushai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Because when you pray to the Father, you have to pray in the name of the Son. You don't go straight to the Father. That's not how it works. All right, and that's another thing, order. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this precept here. As a matter of fact, before I get that, I'm going to get this. Okay, because I wanted to just, speak on this before I go into it, man. Another thing also is, look, all of us are, at the end of the day, we're men. Okay, we speak a certain way. Some of us speak different than others. Okay, some of us have different mannerisms, but we're men. Okay, and there's times when you'll get in the spirit, you might get a little vexed, you might curse, or you might say this here and there. If you come into this thing with the spirit of men of the Lord, they have to be the sweetest, kindest, softest people in the world. You're not going. You just turn off the video, because that's not how it works. All right, we're men that the Lord put the spirit on us to come do his work. All right, so yes, you might see some brothers might be rougher than others. Okay, but we're not here for emotions. We're not here because I like the way this brother's nice to me. No, that's not how it works. Okay, you're here to learn, and you're here to come back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This ain't about what you feel about how a brother speaks, or what you feel about the way the words come out. No, if you're sincere, you'll listen to the words that come out, however they come out. All right, and you'll learn from it, and you'll grow, because you will understand that your life depends on it. Okay, and if your life depends on it, then you're not going to be worried about minute things like that. So as an example, I'm going to get this. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 6. It says, but though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. Okay, so as Paul was saying, though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. Look, man, there's times when you'll curse. You might curse out somebody. Okay, but it's not about that. Okay, you have people that are hell bent on that. Oh my gosh, he just used foul language. You can't be a man of the Lord. There's no way you could. That's not. Then if that's the emotional side speaking. And if you come with that, that means you're coming with emotions. And if you're coming with emotions, then don't come at all, because you ain't gonna make it. You'll get butthurt every time you hear the F word, all right? Or a brother uses a certain word. I mean, we do our best to remain as I don't know what's the word, politically correct, if you would like to put it that way, okay? But at the end of the day, man, it happens, okay? It happens. So it says, yet not in knowledge. Why? Because regardless of if I get upset and I say the F word, okay, guess what? The words that are being taught is what you should be listening to. Okay, you should be listening, because you could try to go out there and find them sweet pork chop eating pastors, but they won't give you the truth. Okay, so it says, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. At the end of the day, the Most High set us up, you know, to teach His word, man. Okay, and he chose the men. Okay, we didn't wake up one day and decide to come do this. The Lord chose us to do this. Okay, so we came to the Lord. Okay, and what He saw in us was the righteous spirit to do His works, man. And Lord willing, we be of the elect. Okay, so with that, out the way, moving on, dealing with the Lord's name. Okay, once again, the Lord's name is Yahweh, and His Son's name is Yahushai, and we've done videos breaking that down as to how you get the name Yahweh and Yahushai. So if you're looking for that, you can go through. All right, if you want, you can do this. You can go on the brother's page. You can click on the search button to search in their videos, and you can type in name of God, Yahweh breakdown. You'll find it in there. All right. It says, and the Most High said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel. Also, another thing, familiarizing yourself with the Hebrew, okay, because Hebrew is an important part of this ministry. When we look up certain words, it goes back to Hebrew. Sometimes it'll go to Greek, but you got to familiarize yourself with the Hebrew, or else you'll be lost. Okay. It says, the Lord, all right, Yahweh, power of your fathers, the God or the power of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath sent me unto you. Now it says, this is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. So the Lord told Moses that the name He gave Moses, okay, Yahweh, that name, guess what? That's going to be His name forever. So it's contrary to what they teach you in this world, that His name is He has many names. No, He doesn't have many names. All right, He has one name. He may have attributes, titles, but He has one name, and that name is going to remain since Ancient of Days until all eternity. So that's the name we call Him, man. So if you going around saying God and all this, I had somebody comment on my comment board saying, after Chip, I'll die for Jesus. I'll die for Jesus Christ. You die for Jesus Christ, you die in vain. Okay? We're not dealing with Jesus, man. Okay? Jesus. Jesus, what's that? What's that? But yeah, this is just addressing the point. Next precept. This is Acts chapter 4, verse, I'll start at 10. It says, be it known unto you all, and to all the people of Israel, that by the name of Yahushua Mashiach, that's why we said, or that's why I said, you got to familiarize yourself with the Hebrew. We don't call Him Jesus Christ. I even hate saying that name, man. But we don't call Him Jesus Christ. Though you may see that there in the English, you need to understand that that's not the characters that were written there in the Hebrew. Okay, it's Yahushua Mashiach, because English wasn't even a language spoken at the time. All right, it hadn't come about. So it says, by the name of Yahushua Hamashiach, Yahushua meaning He deliverer. All right, Yah means He, and Hahushai means deliver. Okay, so He deliverer, pursuant to Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. Okay, because He is going to be the one who's going to deliver us out of the hell we're in, and He came to die for our deliverance. Okay, it says of Nazareth, Christ Hamashiach in the Hebrew. All right, meaning the anointed. Ha meaning the, Mashiach meaning anointed, of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom the Most High raised from the dead, even by Him doth this man stand here before you whole. This is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, which is become the head of the corner, which is talking about the Lord. All right, the chief cornerstone. It says, neither is there salvation in any other what? Any other name, for there is none other name under heaven, because that's where we live, under the heavens, given among men. That shows you that the true name of the Lord is here, whereby we must be saved. Okay, so it's understandable that you might be coming from a perspective of Jesus and God, or Yeshua and all these things. It's not that. All right, it's Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. You got to know those names, because like it says here, there is no other name whereby we must be saved. So when your life is in danger, Yeshua and all that is not going to save you. All right. Christ is not going to save you. You need to call on the Lord's true name. And that's why we stress it. All right. And that's why I put that in there. Okay. So moving on to the Lord's Prayer. Okay. Like I said before, you have certain people that don't know how to pray. And that's not a good thing. Okay. Yes, prayer is a communication between you and the Lord. But if you don't know how to communicate between you and the Lord, how can he deal with you? All right. So this is Matthew 6:5. Now this is I mean, I'm going to start at where the prayer goes to, but in this chapter, the Lord teaches us the Lord's Prayer. Okay, it teaches you how to pray. All right, which, you know, it's best to say this prayer in the Hebrew, okay, or pray this prayer in the Hebrew because, oh, let me just, instead of quoting it, I'll just bring it out. All right, there's more power and there's more force in the Hebrew language than there is in any other language. That's why when you call on the name of the Lord in his true name in the Hebrew language, okay, it's more powerful. He will hear you. All right. That's like if somebody calls your first name, okay, but if they call your whole government, they call your first and last name, and you're in public, you're gonna turn, especially if you have a unique name. There's nobody else out there that has the name Yahweh or Yahweh. Okay, if you have one unique name, okay, well, let's say your last name is unique, you know, like James Wither Johnson Mike, you know, that's just an example. If you're in public and somebody says James Wither Johnson Mike, you're gonna turn around because you know nobody else has that name. So if that name is being called, they call me. All right. So that's what you got to do when you call on the name of the Lord. Now, what I'm looking for is Sirach. The first chapter. All right, now this is the prologue, all right, of the book of Ecclesiasticus or the book of Sirach. And the first verse, now I'm gonna just skim through to hit the point that I'm looking for. I'm not gonna read this whole thing, which you can definitely read this whole thing. Matter of fact, you can read the whole book, all right, because it's very, very informative and it's good for you. But okay. Let me start here. Let's see. All right, right here. So it says, "Wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention." All right. So when you read the scriptures, don't just glance over it. Don't just, oh, I just want to read, so I'm gonna read it. No, read it with favor and attention. That's how you catch certain things. That's how you look up certain words to get the understanding. Okay. It says, "And to pardon us wherein we may seem to come short of some words which we have labored to interpret." Okay. Interpret, when you interpret, or when you let me use the word translate. Okay, when you translate a language, okay, you don't change the meaning of it. Okay, you simply change the language so it's able to be understood. When somebody famous is giving a speech and you have the person who's translating it in sign language, okay, they're not changing what the person is saying. They're just using a different way or a different language to get it across to a broader audience. Okay, so it says, "For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue," in this case, well, you had Greek, you had Latin, you have English, okay, "have not the same force in them." Okay, so the same thing that you say in Hebrew, if you say it in English, it doesn't have the same weight. All right, so that's why we stress the key things like the Lord's name. You say it in the Hebrew tongue. All right, Yahweh and Yahushai. That has power in them. Okay, Jesus and God, which, man, I don't even want to deal with that. But that's Jesus, God. That's nothing. Okay. And also the Lord's Prayer. So this is Matthew chapter 6, verse 6. It says, "But thou," and I did you can look it up, the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. I did a video on it, okay, showing you how to say it and also explaining the Hebrew to the English. So you can learn the Hebrew. All right, many brothers have done videos on it as well. You know, you can learn how to say it in the Hebrew. Okay. So it says, "But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret." All right. When you pray, it's not a show. Okay. This isn't a Travis Scott concert. You want to pray in front of everybody to be seen. Oh, look how holy he is. You should be. I feel uncomfortable. You know, I don't want anybody there when I'm praying. You know, that's why he says, you got to pray in secret, man. You know, if you know, buzz, you know, you praying together, cool. But you know, usually, man, prayer is something that's between you and your father, man. That's not, you know, something you go around broadcasting. Hey, I'm praying right now. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray out here. And no, all right, because that's to be seen of men. The sincerity fades. It says, "And thy Father which seeth thee in secret shall reward thee openly." But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions, as the heathen do. You know, you got these Muslims that'll repeat the same thing 5 times a day, bowing down and do blah, 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 blah. No. If you were in a position somebody's trying to talk to you, do you want them to sound like a broken record player? You know, just repeating the same thing to you. You're just looking at them like as if there's something wrong with them. You know, you're looking at them like, okay, so you know what I'm saying? Like you're just repeating the same thing. All right. It says, as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. The Lord is not about, it's not about how eloquently you're speaking and all these. No, you get the point across. Okay. It's about the message. Verse 8. But not ye therefore, Slakia, be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask him. That's the beauty of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. He already knows. Okay. It says, after this manner, therefore, pray ye, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors or debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. All right. This is the Lord's Prayer, and it encompasses a lot. You know, you glorify the Father. All right. We want his kingdom here. We want the order that's in the heavens here on the earth. Okay. So we want his will to be done. Okay. You pray for him to give you your daily bread. You pray for him to forgive you, to have mercy on you. Okay. And to give you the spirit to forgive others. You pray that he leads you not into temptation and he delivers you from evil. Okay. And to him is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Okay, so you gotta, this is one of the most important prayers to have in your arsenal, man, to know this prayer in the Hebrew. Okay, understand it, man. Don't just recite it as if it's a play. No, pray it. Okay, now moving on, the last part was learn from one group only. Okay, now dealing with that, learn from one group only. I'm in Men of Valor. You know, Men of Valor, you know, we're not the biggest church out there. Okay, but we do teach the same thing, all right, that the brothers and the elders and apostles of Great Millstone teach, okay, because we learn from them, okay, and we continue to learn from them, all right. So, you know, we teach the same thing. We teach that same doctrine, man. So what I mean by one group is don't be going out there, and I'm sure there's other brothers out there that teach the same thing, but I'm just speaking from the point of what I know, okay. When you're coming in and you're a beginner, especially when you don't know the differences and you know what's what, it all sounds like the same. You know, it all sounds like, okay, well, they all teaching that you're Israelites, they all got garments on, you know. So you have some groups that say the name of the Lord, but they don't teach the full doctrine. They don't teach the correct truth. Okay, they might differ on the mark of the beast, they might differ on something else. They might, you know, you have people teaching Israelites, Edomites can make it, all these different things. Okay, if you're camp hopping, so to speak, if you're jumping, okay, let me get a little bit here, let me see what these, let me get some here, let me get some here, you're going to get confused because you're going to hear one thing from brothers here and you're going to hear another thing from this group and it's going to contradict, and then you're going to start to get messed up in the head because you're like, well, who's right? They say it's this, they say it's that. Each of them are saying that they're right and they're saying the other is wrong. So who do I learn? That's why you stick to one group. And the group I would advise you to stick to is the brothers from GMS and us over here, who teach the same thing. Okay? You learn from GMS and you learn from us at Men of Valor. We will teach you what the truth is, man. Okay? And that's why I put the thumbnail as the elders and apostles of GMS, man. Okay? Because they've been out there teaching what we teaching for years. Okay? The Lord's name, the microchip being the mark of the beast. They've been laboring, man, for a very, very long time. Okay, so that's another thing, man, showing you respect. Okay, don't come in here with the mindset of the world. Oh, I could do whatever I want to do. Ain't nobody tell me what to do. No. Over here, order is order. Okay, order is order. All right, don't. It's not. It's I'm gonna do what I want. If you do what you want, the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. Okay, you got to be humble and you gotta follow the order, man. Just be quiet and take that from me because I'm a young brother. Just be quiet. You pick up, and you just keep learning, man. Okay, don't try to jump out in there as trying to be that protege. You know, I'm that newcomer who's just like surpassing past everybody. No, you will fall. Okay, you come in there thinking I'm gonna just fly like Superman in front of everybody and jump in the spotlight and be reverenced. That's not the men who get reverenced. Okay, that was through experience, and that's the Lord who does that, man. Okay, it's not about coming in there because the scriptures tell you that knowledge puffeth up. Okay, that's something you have to be careful of, man. You don't just jump in there and say, well, I know this and that, but damn, I'm not trying to wait this many years and do. Let me just try to jump and get this and this and try to sound deep. Jump into the deepest books of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Go scuba diving and meet Leviathan and give a testimony because I want to get some attention. No, you're gonna get videos done on you, and then you're gonna get branded as a reprobate. And the most he gonna deal with you. Okay. So the best way is to just be quiet, learn. Okay. For the most part, just learn. All right. Learn, man. Watch the videos, read the scriptures. Okay. If you have questions, you ask brothers on the comment board respectfully. Okay. Don't just jump on there and, oh, I disagree with that. Sometimes you might hear something that you don't understand. It doesn't mean it's wrong. Okay. You might hear something from a brother might say something, but you have a lot of seasoned brothers in this truth, man. Okay. Elder brothers who, you know, they'll say something because we understand what it means. But if you don't understand, don't just wait. But before you said that, you said this means this. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You do it. Don't do that, man. Don't do that because you might be sincere, but that's going to put you in a bad light, man. Okay. So you can ask, okay, well, it might be a little confusing to you. So you ask, okay, and you pray. All right. But let me get the scripture. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 14. It's like, yeah. Let me just all right. So it says, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 14, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and been assured of. Okay. Once you know who you've learned of, you've been fully persuaded in your mind, continue in it. Okay. You grow in it, man. That's why I said don't jump in, because sometimes, somebody will comment or somebody will say something and you look at their page and you look at the different things that they got, and you can see that you're trying to mix different things, man, and you're gonna get confused. The Lord doesn't deal with confusion, man. If you're not sure if you don't believe us, okay, that started from the elders and apostles on down, that we're teaching the truth, pray to the Lord to show it to you. Pray to the Lord to open your eyes, open your mind, and reveal it to you who's teaching the truth, man. And hell, look at the prophecies and look who's telling you about these prophecies, man. Okay? The Lord is going to let it be known very, very soon. So you want to continue in the things which you've learned, man, and been assured of. When you came into the truth, you were assured that the names are Yahweh and Yahushai. Use it until the day you die, if you have to die on this side. All right? Don't say, oh, no, well, I'm hearing this and I'm here. No. Continue on what you've learned, man. Okay? If you've learned that only Israelites are going to be saved, particularly the elect, you might come across a precept that might say something about Gentiles and you might not understand what that means. It doesn't mean that, oh, I'm going to throw away what I knew. No. That means that Gentiles can be made. No, you're leaning to your understanding. You have to go and see, okay, well, why? Put yourself in this mindset. If you have men that have been doing this for 30 plus years, 20 plus years, 15 plus years, 10 plus years, okay, they've read these precepts before. They're in a better suited position, okay, or to understand what I'm reading than I am. So if they've read this before, why would they continue to say that only Israelites can make it when I'm reading here that it says Gentiles can make it? Maybe there's something I'm missing, because if they've been in it 10 years and I've been in it 1 year, that means they've had 9 more years of reading that more than me. That means there's something 9 years worth that they know that I don't. Let me go ask. And then you go and ask and you find out, oh, well, that's simple. The word Gentiles there, when you go into it, is actually talking about Israelites who live amongst Gentiles, Israelites who are branded as Gentiles because, their forefathers abandoned the laws and they started living amongst them and reproducing amongst them, but they're still Israelites. You're like, oh, that's what that means. Oh, okay, cool. Now you understand. It's simple. Ask questions. Okay, you don't just harbor it in and nah, they wrong. Oh, then the demons come in there. Demons come in there, they whisper into your ears. Next thing you know, you go on the right path and you just made a U-turn and just kicked it somewhere else, man. So it says, and has been assured of, knowing whom thou hast learned them. Okay. When you give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you give double honors to the apostles, man. Okay, that's not just saying it. Okay, that's not just saying it. And also, that's the thing, man. Look, us at Men of Valor, you know, like I said, we're not a big giant church, but GMS is a big group. Okay, and you gotta be very careful because you're gonna have people in there. Okay, people who are not a part of Great Millstone, people who are not, you know, actually a part of it, sincere brothers that are just seeing it. They come out of nowhere, they create pages, they see it, and they say, okay, let me look at who's, you know, who's known in here, or who's, you know, who looks like they're on fire in here. Let me see what they do. Let me copy what they do, slap GMS on there, create a page, and then say what they say, mimic it, and then act like I'm in here. That's why Paul was talking about men that crept in unawares. Okay, hell, you have people that do it for everything. You know, oh, Israelites. Okay, what do they do? Okay, I heard Yahweh Shai. Oh, okay, almost all of them say it. So I guess that's like a thing. Okay, let me say it too. If you don't understand what you're doing, man, don't do it. Okay, and you gotta listen to what people say, man. Don't just because it has the you know, it had they said Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, they gave double honors to the apostles. All of a sudden, you know, they're cool. No, listen to what they're saying, man. Listen to how they speak. Listen to how they break down the scriptures. Okay, because if you don't, and you're gonna just assume things and get messed up, man. Because they might say some crazy things. You know, like that dude talking about Tupac was of the elect, and he said, "I know I'm of the elect." Now I'm not hopeful. I know what kind of shit is that? But he started off his video giving all praises to Yahweh Hashem. So how did you see? Anyway, continue in verse 15. It says, "And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation, through faith which is in Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness." All right. Certain precepts you read, all right, to you know, you put together to give them the doctrine. Okay, the Lord didn't come for everybody. Boom, boom, boom. These are the precepts. This is what's going to happen prophecy wise. Boom, boom, boom. You know, some of them are for reproof and for correction. A brother does this, you tell him no. According to the scriptures, da 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 da. You're not supposed to do that. They might get cursed out, but you build them back up. Okay, you show them that they're going off. Okay, for instruction in righteousness, man. Certain things that brother might have questions on, they might not know what to do. You use the scriptures to show them. You speak, and then you show them why you're speaking. Where are you getting the mindset to speak like that from? Oh, well, I didn't just make it up and pull it out my ass. This is what the scriptures say. Okay, so the scriptures are good for many uses in righteousness. Verse 17, that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. You see, being able to reprove, being able to instruct, you know, being able to teach, being able to you know, to answer questions. For all these things, you have to, like the scripture says, study to show yourself approved, man. Okay, but when you use the scriptures the right way, you can be perfect, man. All right, you can be well rounded because you're using the scriptures the right way. Just like a sword is not used for just attack, you can use it to defend. And once you have that, you become a great swordsman. Okay, but that's pretty much it. Let me see. It is what I brought out earlier before. Okay, but just pretty much going into that. There's a couple other things, but I'm not gonna cover that in this video. Lord's willing, I'll probably, you know, if the spirit is on me, I'll do another video continuing it. You know, things like reincarnation, which is biblical. You need to understand that. Okay, hell is not a real place. It doesn't exist. You need to understand that. Because if you don't understand that, okay, you're not going to understand. You're going to come to a point in the scriptures where you're going to be confused. Because we're going to say certain things and we're going to teach certain things, and you're not going to understand how we came to the conclusion. Why is that? Because certain things are only capable of understanding through reincarnation. When we say that the 2/3, we're going to see them in the kingdom, they're going to come back in the kingdom. If you don't understand reincarnation, you're going to say, well, what do you mean what do you mean we'll see them in the kingdom? What does that mean? You know, I thought they were evil. I thought they were going to hell. You know, So you got to understand these different things, man. Okay, this is all a part of the scriptures, but it takes time. Okay, take your time, learn, and get nurtured. Okay, don't rush through it and I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to jump to this level. Don't do that, man. Okay, take your time and learn, because if you don't do that, if you don't get rooted, you're not gonna make it, man. Okay, it's not about your image is how men look at you, man. It's about how the Most High looks at you. Okay, you could be the quietest, silentest, most quiet person, but in your spirit, in your heart, the Most High knows your faith, and He knows what your worth is to Him, because He's going to deliver you. We're not going to deliver you. The elders can't deliver you. I can't deliver you, bro. Nobody can deliver you, man. Okay, but Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. That's why you have to know His name. You got to know how to pray to Him. Okay, and you got to learn from His men. Okay, so like I said, that's pretty much it. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. Lord's willing, this is edifying unto the elect. If the Spirit is on me, I'll do another video going into reincarnation, which we've done plenty of videos on that, and so on and so forth. Okay, but with that, I'm gonna end it here. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Racha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.